You know what they say about the early bird gets the worm. Man, it's early this morning, but it's a beautiful morning walking down here to the beach to get ready for the morning briefing. Will you please stay positive?
I'm positive.
Positive about what?
We're going to catch him on this kill.
Where are you going?
Get on the bait tank. Whoa.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. It's right at daybreak. I'm going to tell you, it's really early this morning, and I have a deeper appreciation for surfers because it's pitch black down here, and these guys are arriving en masse, coming down to take advantage of the beautiful surf we have here in SoCal today. We are sandwiched between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach, and it's an absolutely gorgeous morning. I mean, there is no wind at all, but there's wind coming, and there's even some rain perhaps later this evening. We'll start to get a little bit of rain here in SoCal. Our wind will start to increase on Wednesday, Thursday with some residual wind on Friday. Then we go back to flat, calm, gorgeous weather. We're going to talk about the long range thing. We'll get down into Mexico, talk about their fishing. What happened on board the Pride? Did they get the halibut again? Man, a couple of trips ago, they had 55 flat fishing, tremendous fishing. There's been local bass, there's been great rock fishing, and the trout are biting in many of the local lakes. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good, and is it great to be with you? I can't thank you enough for having me in your home or your place of business or wherever it is you find yourself this morning, allowing me to spend some time with you. Every day is deeply, deeply appreciated, and you've helped us to rise to the top. I sincerely appreciate every single one of the 10 million plus views we've had, not only here on YouTube, but as well as on our social media. So if you get a chance, please like this video, share it with a friend, tick the bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures family, or Friedman Adventures channel here on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Man, is it great to be with you all. All right, let's get into it, and we'll start down in Cabo San Lucas. Our friend Captain Sean Morgan, who actually is in Fort Lauderdale right now, but he runs normally out of San Jose del Cabo. He says the marlin bite there is still really good. Marlin, yellowfin tuna, a little bit of dorado, occasional wahoo. Cabo cranked up with great weather. Christmas is such a beautiful time to be in the Cape, and the fishing's really good right now, so happy to see that. There's no threats of hurricanes during this time of the year. You have gorgeous weather and some really good fishing up there around San Quintin, which is 140 miles past Tijuana. If you're going to make that drive or, take a boat down in that neck of the woods, about 140. Good rock fishing right now. Occasional yellowtail, also some big bonita. Ensenada, copious amounts of those big bonitas still biting. They've been biting all year long. So good to see those things back again. When I was a kid, bonita had the reputation of being a trash fish, but they're anything but that if you take really good care of them. They cook up really well, and they are some of the best sashimi you'll ever had. You have to bleed them and get them on ice, and if you do that, you're going to have a product at the end of your trip that is really, really special and good. They're also catching plenty of rockfish down in that neck of the woods. Bluefin tuna here in Southern California. It just has not happened for some time, and I think you can almost just, I think we're going to wait until probably December 26th when we are going to get a very good look at it. Now, I say that because we're going to have this weather now on Wednesday and Thursday and even into Friday. We might get some boats out on the weekend, but we're so close to Christmas. I don't even know if anybody's scheduled to go. I sincerely doubt it, but you just never know. Some guys have just got to get out and catch a BFT. Some of that has been going on south of the border down at Punta Colonette. Colonette is 120 miles down. The Polaris Supreme had a couple of good trips down there and one really slow trip down there in that neck of the woods. Tanner, Cortez, 43 fathom spot, 60 mile bank. These are all banks off of Southern California if you are from some other part of the globe. And in those areas, we have plenty of market squid right now. In fact, the amount of market squid is absolutely phenomenal this year. We have it on the coast. We have it at the islands. We have it on the banks. Market, squid everywhere. That magnet, that essential part of our food chain here that not only attracts new predators but holds them in place because they have a food source. Well, that is everywhere, and I believe it is holding that bluefin tuna around in all of these areas. Problem is that on a normal day in the summertime or even the spring, you're going to have several boats out there, maybe as many as 50 boats, and somebody stumbles upon them. When you have one boat out there, it's a big ocean, a lot of ground to cover. If those fish have moved, it's tough to find them and get on them. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So we really don't have a great handle on what's there. I say December 26th because we have several long-range boats on 5-day trips departing from San Diego the day after Christmas. So I guess December 27th is when we'll get our first idea of whether or not that bluefin is around. And those long-range boys, they are flat good at what they do. They will be able to find those fish if they are around. That'll be a very exciting time. So that's our bluefin tuna kind of situation here in SoCal right now. Not much going on. High hopes for December the 27th. We'll see how that all plays out. Now, as we take a look on our local situation here.
Hey everybody, sorry for the weird edit here, but I forgot to tell you how the Pride did. They had a very tough trip, not much conditions, caught a few short halibut. I believe only one legal halibut, so a slow one on the Pride.
Out of San Diego, great rock fishing going on down there in that neck of the woods. You can extend that all the way up to the Channel Islands and beyond. It's been absolutely fantastic this year, and there's just a little bit more time left for you to catch rockfish because the season closes in Southern California on January the 1st. Now, the door is still wide open for many of the San Diego-based boats because in Mexico, the season remains over. So you cross the border and you can catch all the rockfish you want, and that's when those Punta Colonet trips open up. Remember, 120 miles down the coast, about a 12-hour run for most boats, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on how fast they run their rigs. They're trying to conserve fuel, so many of them pull them back, pull the throttles back a little bit. But those trips are absolutely outstanding for big lings, copious amounts of colorful and great-eating rockfish, and some hellacious yellowtail bite on the yo-yo iron down to that neck of the woods. That is something else to look forward to in January, February, and March. That should get really, really exciting. So we'll be watching that for you very, very closely. Hey, I skipped over or did I? Ensenada. I don't know. Good bonita fishing, big bonita, and also some excellent rock fishing. If I'm repeating myself, what can I tell you? I'm an old man. So once again, great rock fishing up and down the coast. Ventura Harbor sport fishing, they continue to slam good amounts of fish. So does everybody else with Ventura. You can get on board the Endeavor for a couple of their last trips, and they're going to have gorgeous weather once we get through this Wednesday, Thursday blow. It's going to be beautiful. 805-676-3474. You'll be able to get out with Tucker McCombs and catch some fish. Remember, locally they have the California, which is the old Matt Walsh. So Matt Walsh ran here out of LA for decades, and she's such a great platform. Tucker's done a great job of keeping her in beautiful, pristine shape. So that is something you can take advantage of. And our friend Cody Rogers on the Island Spirit, he does such a fantastic job up there. Not sure, I mean, like I say, we're bucking up now against Christmas. So a lot of guys are going to, focus on the holiday, focus on their loved ones. We'll see if we get anything accomplished at all. But some guys will still get out. Also up and down the coast, we continue to see some really nice sand and calico bass fishing for some anglers. Twilight trips are fishing on structure, Marina del Rey, Dana Wharf, down in San Diego at times. You have to look around at the landings and see who's running those types of trips. But that nighttime bite's been good. And they've also caught good calico and sand bass during the daytime. Nick Ramirez is an angler who fishes a lot in Southern California. He likes to focus his attention up there out of Marina del Rey in a lot of cases. And he had some really great fishing. Leadhead, squid. It could be live squid. It can be fresh dead squid. Both cases, it works really well. 25 to 40 pound fluorocarbon, whatever those little devils will bite, because they are in some nasty neighborhoods, and it's best that you fish with some heavy line or they will take you into a sharp rock or into a shipwreck, and you will be sawed off quicker than you can imagine. So some decent bass fishing up and down the coast. Here along the beaches, there's still some really good surf fishing going on, occasional halibut being taken. You can throw a Lucky Craft type lure, and that works really, really well. If you can snag some live bait, some of the guys on the piers will go out in the deeper water. They will snag some live bait, toss it in a bucket, and then move closer to the shallows here on the pier, and they can come up with some really excellent halibut catches. So that's still going on. Occasional yellowfin croaker still around. There's a few spot fin croaker. You can catch some guitar fish. The surf's not wide open, but pretty alive, and barred perch are pretty good also. I'm talking about from San Diego up to the Santa Monica Bay, here in Surfside, down around Bolsa Chica, Huntington Beach. Those are just a few of the areas that have been fairly productive. And if you need your gear, you can get it at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. You can go there and load up on all the baits you'll need for the surf, on the gear that you'll need. They've not only got great surf fishing gear at your Southern California surf fishing headquarters, Big Fish, but they've also got big game stuff and everything else right there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway, right near some prolific, great surf fishing spots. The birds are going crazy around here, man. They're on the beach. They're waiting for the sand replenishment to start again, where they start pumping sand from offshore in here to the beach to help stave off the erosion process. When they're doing that, all kinds of mussels and clams and everything else get pumped up here also. And as a result, the birds get a free meal. So that's what they're chirping about back there and raising Cain about. Also, lobster still going on. ProMarAhi.com. If you want 10% off, you go to that website, put in Friedman 10. Pretty darn good in many different areas. Catalina's been excellent, but our local lobster hoop netting has improved and is much better now. Also, really, really good hoop netting going on. There are sport boats who do that. I love those combo type trips. LA Harbor has boats that are doing that. And you go out and catch a bunch of whitefish, and then you go hoop netting. So, man, you get the combo, like get some nice fresh fish and a couple of lobster, as many as 7. That's the limit. And, man, you're styling after that. That is what I call some fun hoop netting and fishing. So those combos are continuing, and those guys are doing pretty good. What the heck? You go out this weekend, load up on the lobster. What a Christmas dinner you're going to be able to put on for everybody. That is great stuff. Hey, Sam De La Torre and I put on quite a show last night, Tackle Shop Confessions. That sincerely was a lot of fun. Man, that went on for 2 hours, and it was great, every single moment of it. Go back and take a listen to that. And Sam put out a special. What the heck was the password? My God. Oh, Steve Can't Cast. Steve Can't Cast. I think that's it. You walk in there to Big Fish Bait and Tackle. You tell Sam that the password is Steve Can't Cast. 25% off any Costa sunglass that you see there in a great display that Sam has at Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California. Or you can get both, 25% off all the Promar lobster hoop netting gear. Anything lobster, 25% off. 25% off the Costa sunglasses. Steve Can't Cast. That is the password, or the whatever it is. Go in there and let Sam hear that from you, and you can take advantage of that. So if you want to grab somebody a pair of really beautiful sunglasses, Costas, you'll be able to do that and knock 25% off the cost. All right, my friends, it is an absolutely gorgeous Tuesday morning. The sun is actually starting to shine. The birds are chirping, and it's another beautiful day here in Surfside, California. A lot of surfers back there. I don't know if you've been able to enjoy some of that, but it's always good to see these guys. Gentleman by the name of Chaz. Chaz, if you're watching, thank you so much for coming up and introducing yourself to me. He was very impressed with the channel and the statistics, and he made that clear to me. And man, that means the world to me that a gentleman like that was able to come up and tell me that here this early morning. Hey, listen, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you are with family and friends and enjoying yourselves. And as always, my friends, I hope to see you really, really soon.